Ron Skernick, who's being honored tonight because he has been selected by his peers for the Achievement of Excellence in Teaching. Ron mentioned in his teaching philosophy statement, teaching mathematics has been my passion since I was in high school. Yet Ron struggled with math in 8th grade. In fact, his 8th grade math teacher told his parents that Ron should steer clear of any career that has anything to do with math. Because Ron was not bright enough. Fortunately, Ron proved his teacher wrong. Ron went on to study math at Columbia University, where he earned a BA, graduated from City College of New York with an MA in Mathematics Education, and later earned a PhD in math from the City University of the New York Graduate School and University Center. He has been teaching math here at NCC since '97 and is currently an assistant professor in the Department of Math, Statistics, and Computer Processing. A famous college president turned baseball commissioner, Bart Giamonti, spoke about teaching as an instinctual art, mindful of potential, craving of realizations, a pausing, seamless process. He was trying to express the fine balance of intentional strategy, of forward motion, of personal touch that characterizes an exemplary teacher. Ron Skernick has convinced his peers this year that he is such a teacher. Ron has taught a wide range of courses at Nassau, from remedial mathematics courses to discrete mathematical structures. This is typical of Ron here, his corniness. Even though I don't see anything here, I've watched Ron in class. And I'm going to diverge a little bit from what I have written here. I've watched him when I observed him in a logic class, and he was teaching a valid argument form called modus ponens. And the important thing was to stress about the left side and the right side of a conditional statement. And Ron is standing in the front of the room, throwing lefts and rights in front of the entire class, thinking he's crazy as he emphasizes this particular argument form. He gets consistently high rankings from his students on the evaluation form queries about instructors' knowledge, instructors' ability to motivate students, and to encourage students to think independently, instructors' effectiveness in communicating subject matter, and would you take another course with this instructor? And they are true to their word, since many students go on to take additional courses with Ron. One wrote, "I love him. He's so sweet and cares so much about his students. The best math teacher I've ever had in my life, and the only A in math that I've ever gotten was in his class. Search high and low to get him because he's one of a kind." On the open-ended question, their replies range from, "Definitely the greatest calculus professor ever. I have never looked forward to going to a math class until now. It's actually enjoyable. Scary, I know. This guy can be a riot. He really understands us. He really helps us to understand math, and I love his teaching style. 2, I hate math, but his class was amazing. I couldn't wait to come to class. Adjectives and phrases such as accessible, responsive, friendly, receptive to questions, helpful, enthusiastic, and very motivated are found repeatedly among student comments at the end of the semester. One put it bluntly, even though I got a D+, which I don't know how that happened, he's still a great professor. Another was really into it. He's one of the best profs I have ever had. Aside from making math class fun, thereby making us want to learn, he takes an actual interest in his students. His class was one of my best scholastic experiences ever. And another student summed it up very appropriately. One of the best math profs at NCC. Very funny, quirky, but very clear, and always willing to answer questions and explain everything. He likes his job, and it really shows. If you have a chance, definitely take a class with him. So what makes Ron a great teacher? He cares. Ron is an inspirational teacher, a warm, caring human being who goes the extra mile to help his students succeed. During his tenure at Nassau, Ron has volunteered at the Center for Students with Disabilities to provide extra help for students with learning disabilities. Ron writes, "It is a very rewarding experience to see the smile on a student's face when he or she earns a grade that he or she didn't think he or she could." Ron is always there to help. He gives freely of his time to his students and has virtually endless patience. For the past 8.5 years, he has voluntarily conducted health classes once a week in the Math Center. He frequently extends his office hours to help students with their homework or to prepare them for an upcoming exam. Ron makes mathematics seem more real to his students. He helps to reduce the anxiety that many students feel when they study mathematics by injecting humor into his teaching. Whenever possible, Ron makes learning mathematics a happy and enjoyable experience for his students. One student commented, "He is one of the best teachers I've ever had. Very nice and pretty funny. Actually made math funny for me, and I usually hate it." While another student wrote, "He makes learning fun, and you always want to go to his class. He's the greatest." Yogi Berra once said, "You can observe a lot just by watching." Well, that might be true in baseball, but Ron believes learning is not a spectator sport. All his students participate in the learning process. He doesn't just lecture at them. He creates a relaxed, supportive atmosphere for learning in each of his classes. So his students are encouraged to participate in their own education and to ask questions. Yes, Ron loves teaching. And I'm very grateful and very appreciative to have such a dedicated instructor teaching in our department. One student expressed his appreciation this way: "The nicest, the funniest professor I have ever had at Nassau. Great guy, excellent teacher. You rock, man." At this time, I want to reach out to the man, Ron Skirmick, and say thank you for being such a dedicated teacher.